Yeah. Always gotta kick your freestyle, you know? Yeah. Mic check 1 2. Yeah. Check out just how we roll. I done burnt my tongue on the damn pizza roll. I put it in the air fryer. Right now, I'm about to tell you right now, my tongue is on fire. I think I got blisters on my tongue. And I don't even know how I'm gonna make the song. I'm still about to make some wings, and you can already see what type the third degree brings. Even if I got blisters on my tongue, I can still spit a freestyle. Get away, it's kinda wild. I hope Mike Tyson knocked Jake Paul out. Without a doubt, that nigga's trying to get clout. And we don't do that around here. Like I told you, man, we about to run the whole fair. And let me make one thing real clear. I'm an African American in the mirror. Don't know what Trick Daddy is trying to say. Cause if he don't know, he needs to go the other way. Maybe read a textbook and learn about his history. Talking about the other stuff, dog, you really missing me. With all the stuff talk about, I'm American. And white boys don't even consider you that. So you better go back to trying to claim black and get the facts straight right now. Because we about to go and make our 2 cent, 3 cent known. You about to see me right now sitting on my throne. And let's go ahead and start the show. I'm just a fly Negro. Oh. What's good, y'all? Rayar's in the house. Quez is in the house.
What's the deal, brother? What's the deal, man?
Man. My greedy ass, I was hungry as hell, so I'm like, yo, let me just put some pizza rolls in the air fryer, you know what I'm saying? And I thought it cooled off a little bit. You know, I bit one that stuff said, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, you killed me with that one, bro. I didn't even listen to the rest. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I was too busy laughing at you. Sound like somebody greedy. You know what I'm saying? burnt the roof of your mouth over there, Martin.
Nah, I'm burnt my tongue, man. Burnt my tongue. I had a tongue. Then I tried to sip on my apple juice, and my apple juice did not help.
Yeah, you have to ride that wave, brother.
Made it burn even more. You said what?
No, I said, how you guys been though? What's up, Jess?
Oh, man, good. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Man, I can't complain. I was watching some of this Tyson Jake Paul fight with these illegal immigrants real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Man, might have to keep buffering, man. Like, I gotta keep restarting it. I think too many people watching it. They about to crash the internet, man.
Well, on Netflix?
Yeah.
Dang.
Where you watching it?
Yeah, we watch it on Netflix. Ours fine.
Yeah.
Check my protection or something. Yeah, man.
And how are you with the queen, man?
Oh man, she good. Man, she's sick. The baby teething, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh man, how she get sick, dog?
Hey, ain't no telling, man. You know, I think she snuck over there to Africa too, man. Came back with, I'm just playing, but nah, they're just colds, man. You know, she a teacher, so she always around them little snotty nosed kids, and you know, parents don't care no more. They send their kids to school sick anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all deal with it. So it'd be a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Real talk, man. It's crazy. Crazy.
It's all a part of the game, man. And you still over there eating them pizza rolls, man. Let them pizza rolls go.
It's just one more. You know, kind of breaking the rule of the show, you know?
Okay, go ahead, man. You know, just be careful.
Right. Now, if you see a hot flame come across the screen, then you know. Man, you know what? I think on that note, let me eat another pizza roll while we dig into some of this ratchet.
Hey, ratchet news.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third. We back with some ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet and some of it may not be as ratchet, but we still got to talk and cover it. So let's get right into it. Well, 2024, especially the last 3 months, have been a rough one for celebrities. Actor Tony Todd most notably known for his role as the Candyman, has passed away at the age of 69. And if you don't know, yes, this guy right here. Yeah, you see the bees all on his face, whatever. Where it is that he actually let bees go into his mouth. I mean, he got paid, I think, per sting or something. It was crazy, man. There was only 2 people that ever gave me fear as a kid, and it was Freddy Krueger and this cat. So, R.I.P. to him. Yeah, he would definitely be missed within the horror movie genre. Moving on. Well, y'all, it's a red wave, and I don't mean a hand signal by our favorite local bloods in Compton. I mean, literally a majority of red wave is Republicans officially land majority in the House of Representatives, giving GOP majority control in all 3 branches of government. This is crazy, man. And then, with that being said, Trump has done a lot of questionable moves, like suggesting reparations for white victims of racial discrimination, replacing four-star General Lloyd Austin with a 44-year-old anti-woke veteran and former Fox host Pete Hegseth, however you say his stupid-ass name. Naming conspiracy theorist Robert F. Kennedy as health secretary and stirring controversy over vaccine and health policies. Also hiring Elon Musk in his cabinet. And plans for abolishing education department, which will spell doom for Black America. With that being said, this has been trendy as far as search engines go. How to change my vote, which is really trendy. It's too late, folks. Y'all that didn't go out and vote. I'm talking about the ones who strategically didn't go out to vote, and the ones who voted for this crap or bought into it. This is what you get. Welcome to America. Moving on. Speaking of slavery in America, California votes to continue forced labor in prisons, which is crazy. But in some positive news, Palm Springs reaches nearly $6 million reparations deal with displaced Black and Latino families. I don't know how they get reparations and the rest of us don't, but salute to those Palm Springs residents. Moving on. In weird ratchet news, Lamar Odom purchases $8,000 custom doll modeled after ex-wife Khloe Kardashian. It's the weird, freaky ass nigga, man. Weird. Them drugs are really gone to his head. Moving on. It has been alleged that Meg Thee Stallion and Winnie Harlow got into a fight at one of Mike Rubin's parties. Basically over, I think, Winnie Harlow being Canadian and reposting Tory Lanez or something. And Meg Thee Stallion didn't like that, and so, she decided to act ratchet. I don't know if any punches were thrown, but allegedly they got into some type of argument, whatever. You know what I mean? And I don't know. But moving on. Latino family expresses hope post-election, believes Trump will protect law-abiding undocumented relatives. Moving on. Cassie Ventura's legal team slams Diddy's gag order request in trafficking case. I mean, it's crazy because in more Diddy news, Shine has came out and said this. Shout out to our dialogue. Shine says he thought Diddy was the devil and claims Diddy's offensive contributions over the last 20 years and refusal to pay reparations caused their relationship to break down. I mean, I don't know. But then Diddy's team claims that their client is not the devil. I mean, but then I kind of think Shine's kind of fake because just a couple of years ago, he was on the stage with Diddy calling him his brother. It's weird, man. But he has a new Hulu documentary coming out, I think on the 18th, man. But The Honorable Shine, whatever it's called. Moving on. Speaking of somebody that's really honorable, Miss Pat reveals Cat Williams paid for her father's funeral the first day they met. He paid for the funeral and still paid her for the show. On top of that, man. And didn't ask for anything back. He told her, you don't have to pay me back. Man, this dude is like a really walking, talking blessing, man. Shout out to Cat Williams. I mean, he just elevated himself to one of my top, 3 or 4 comedians of all time, man. And just the realest people that, we'll ever come across. He's truly a blessing, man. Everything I hear about this cat, as far as blessing folks, has been amazing. So shout out to him. Moving on. Ice Cube offers a glimmer of hope for West Side Connection reunion. For those on the West Coast, for those of us on the West Coast, this is kind of huge because he's been hard, steady on saying nah, he will never reunite with Mac 10, but there's a chance, so we'll see. Moving on. Shout out to Angel Reese one time with Angel Reese's Puffs, cereal. Shout out. Huge look. Moving. Denzel Washington is set to join the cast in the next Black Panther film, and he's starring in the new Gladiator 2. And I think he just recently revealed, too, that he had a same-sex scene, which got cut. He think the director's checking out, which I'm glad they did, too, because I don't think I'm ready to see him in that capacity. So, hey, shout out, but I can't wait to see him in Black Panther 3. and he said he might be retiring soon, so we shall see. Moving on. Bernice Burgos revealed she was making $30,000 a night as a bartender in New York on her worst night. Well, geez Louise, maybe we need to go to the NYC. Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's weird, but moving on. Ray J warns Pastor Jamal Bryant not to upload the interview, quoting, "Somebody getting snatched off the pulpit," end quote. I mean, someone needs to check on Ray J because he then did, a few days later, he offers to apologize to Pastor Jamal Bryant after threatening him, saying, "Pray for me." If I were Pastor Jamal Bryant, I'd say I'd pray for you to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because the boy got mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. He's just a weird cat. You know, almost getting jumped by the cones and whatnot. But hey, moving on. Cardi B says she wasn't paid for her appearance at Kamala's campaign event after Candace Owens accused her of doing so. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to her if she didn't. But you know what I mean? So moving on. Last but not least, Mike Tyson slaps the dog spit out of Jake Paul at a weigh-in ceremony. They fight tonight. It's going down. As a matter of fact, we ain't going to have a long show because we got to get to it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and just end it right here. Moving on. I'll catch y'all after the show. Peace. Yo, we back.
Oh man, that was some ratchet news right there.
Thank you kindly.
Hey, Ray J, my brother. What are we gonna do with you, Ray J?
Where are we gonna do a Ray J, man?
Somebody getting snatched off the pulpit. Now I want to see it, Mr. Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta drop it because now we're curious about what happened in that interview that you can't drop it. And y'all was willing to shoot at each other over it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on out here in these streets. What's up,
How you doing, Cheryl? Certified was good with you. Was good.
West.
Man.
No, that was some good stuff, man. Shout out to Cat Williams, man.
Cat Williams, man.
Yeah, I kind of knew about some of these stories, man. There have been quite a few people that's come up and preached the blessings of Mr. Williams, man, and it speaks to character because you never hear any of these stories from him.
Right, exactly.
The measure of a man.
Yeah, man. Like when I found out that he this was like their first day meeting, so she had told the story like, you know, she was on the phone talking with her peoples, and I think they were arguing about who was going to pay for what, blah 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 blah. He overheard, and when she got off the phone, he was like, "So what's up? What's going on?" I had to bury my father. He said, "Oh, okay." He went, came back, gave her I forget how much, and you know said, "Go bury your father." Buried her father. She came back. I seen him again, tried to pay him the money, and he said, "Nah, he don't want it." He said, and paid her for the show that she did that night. That dude's a real dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta love it, man. And
D,
that's what the legacy should be about. What up, D?
What's up, y'all? Can you see me?
You're a little dark over there. Oh, there we go.
And God said, "Let there be light." Let me stop acting up.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Just living. Trying to get this ankle together so I can walk. That's all.
I heard that.
I thought you were good.
No, I've been going to physical. I'm out of the cast now, but I've got to go to physical therapy. It's still hard I can stand on it, but I'm looking like I'm dragging my foot like Jason or somebody. You know how you know what was that?
Like
it was one of the characters. Yeah, when they drag that foot and be going, shoot, it be hurting. It hurts.
I shall not participate.
Okay.
All right. But, all right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and kick this off. We don't want to spend too much time in case, you know, as soon as Tyson come off, that's when the podcast is over. That's when it's done. You know what I'm saying? we watch.
Hey, we love y'all, but we gotta go. You know
we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put the wings back in the air fryer and let them cool off a little bit before I bite into them so I don't burn the rest of my tongue. But you know, we gotta go. All right. So for those who are on Facebook,
thank you for tuning in. If you catch this show, thank you to the rebroadcasters. This will be rebroadcasting if you miss it tonight. Ooh, dude got knocked out. But yeah, so
Rude.
But make sure that if you guys are coming on, we got the link in the comment section on Facebook. Make sure you hit that link. But if you're using your phone, just know you gotta use some headphones. They will work as a microphone. Make sure that you got your best representation of yourself. Make sure you're next to your Wi-Fi. Make sure there's no noises in the background. Make sure you're sitting still. We want to make sure we hear every single word. But like as Quez likes to say, this is a production. So, there is a chance that you could get clipped up and you can get put out there in the atmosphere. So make sure that if you agree, you disagree respectfully. Also respect the host, respect the mic. You know what I'm saying? If you come on and things get heated, if I'm saying, hey, calm down, I'm saying calm down for a reason because it's sounding distorted, scattered, and we just looking just plain old ignorant. And we try not to have that for this show. Other than that, have a good, fun show, y'all.
Yes, let's do it. We need you to focus, though. We see you watching the fight, trying to talk to us. You know what I'm saying, sir? We need you to focus.
All right.
We go all stuff
I'm
together.
sorry. I grew up in a boxing household. My pops was a professional boxer. So, this is well, we here for y'all. This dedication. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow. We weren't going to push the show back. We here. We just as soon as they say, hey, Tyson coming up, click. Man.
Let's get it, man.
All right, man. So Quez, you already know what to do.
What's the word of the day, man?
I got a couple of words for y'all today. First off, we're gonna go with identity. The identity is the definition is the fact of being who or what a person or thing is. A close similarity or affinity. Basically, in today's society, we have a lot of people that identify as whatever they want to identify as. I think, sometimes, with us as Black people, I think we have a lost identity, because it's like, what part of the topic that we're talking about today is, should African Americans call themselves African Americans or just plain old Americans because we were born here in the Americas? There's been some heated debates about it. So that's why we're bringing it here. And again, this is something that we're born into. This is something that we should identify as. But when you got people telling us that we shouldn't, or it's just kind of just weird. But what also brings me to my second word for today is counterfeit. Now, counterfeit is the definite or the adjective is the made in exact imitation of something valuable or important with the intention to deceive or to defraud. The noun is a fraudulent imitation of something else, a forgery. So for somebody to say that, we're false or we're this or we're that, is counterfeit. And I don't believe that's what we are. I just believe that we were cut off of our history. We were cut off of knowledge and we just don't know. So we will take a deep dive in that today. You good?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Sorry, I had to get the charger for my phone, man.
Oh, no, you all good. You all good. So what should we dive into first?
You just gave us the whole rundown. I say start there. Let's get it.
All right. Quick promo. Yeah. You're wasting time. Yes. You can get my music on Spotify, KingThird.com, Apple Music. I'm everywhere. So make sure you support. For those that have been, it's been a great year. Thank you and I appreciate you.
I rolled up playing that song. Just saying.
What was you rolling up? You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't roll up like that.
Yeah, no, she don't roll up like that. She been pulling up in her car.
Right, yeah, you got to specify, man.
Yeah, in California, it can have double meanings. Double meanings.
Yeah, roll up listening to that song. I don't know what you're doing, Jess. Somebody from your job may be watching, man. Be careful.
Nope, I do not partake in that.
She does not do it at all.
Yeah,
might stun her growth.
We'll go with that. Don't worry about it. There.
All right, y'all. So our favorite rapper, Trick Daddy Kids, Trick Daddy Dollars, has caused quite a stir online with some comments that he's made, and I have a clip of that right now.
I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my motherfucking race. I ain't never been to Africa. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. I ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland. Yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. America, real true land is right here in the U.S. soils.
Well,
where the hell is Melvin? Let's talk about that. Where the hell is Toes?
Man, I don't know, man.
He said he in his business.
Right.
What are your guys' thoughts?
Baby, I'm a thug. You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my thoughts, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead, ladies. I'm gonna let y'all chime in on this one because I'm trying to be courteous, sir. You know, don't worry. I'm around this up. You know me. Dr. Umar Nasheed Jr. will be live and in effect. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget the Junior.
Well, you got Johnson Jr. Yeah, don't forget the Junior. All right, ladies, you chime in, please. Let's get it going. You know.
I think it's really I think it's really sad to hear that because he said not his mother, not his mother's mother or her mother. I think he needs to do some research, you know, because I think he's older than me. So yeah, one of your ancestors was from Africa. Get it right. That's all I got to say.
Cheryl says lots of older generation feels that way when people try to force the African American title on blacks.
Yep, thanks, Jesse Jackson.
That's a good point.
Hey, another thing is too, make sure you guys are liking this and you're sharing it on. If you're on Facebook, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. If you guys are watching live, make sure you're tapping the screen or you're tapping the like or the heart button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're hitting the like, share, and subscribe and notification button. Make sure you comment and drop your 3 cents on YouTube or King3RDD. You know, we love the comments there too. Go ahead, D.
Oh, I just wanted to say one more thing.
Okay.
There's lots of Hispanics that weren't born here either, you know, but they still call themselves Hispanic. So.
I don't call himself.
That's true.
All right.
But they don't say American Hispanics or, you know, they don't put that American or that
Mexican American.
Yeah, Mexican American in front. I'm on the fence. I kind of get what he's saying because a lot of times, you know, Africans don't like us to say that we're African Americans. They don't want that with that. And
hey, cousin.
So, excuse me?
No, I say, hey, cousin. I was talking to my cousin. Her cousin, our cousin.
My friend.
My cousin.
It ain't. But anyway, so my thing is that with it, I get what he's saying because of that part. You know, you was born here, so you're here. If you weren't born there or had any, like your parents weren't there, your grandparents weren't, I can see what he's saying. He's been here. This is what he claims. He's black. You know, it's not like just because a person says they're American does not mean that they're define themselves not to be black. Because when it's on the paperwork, you know, you're checking that box. It don't say, you know, this thing says black, white, you know, Mexican or whatever. So I think that's the point.
Quick correction: it does on some things. It does say of African.
Some things it does, but on state documents, it don't say that. You know, when you do an application or thing like that, but on state documents, it doesn't say it. It just wants to know your nationality on that part. But
got it.
That's my point.
My 3 cents before I let Tariq Nasheed Johnson Umar Jr. come through, you know what I'm saying, and speak his spiel. So I know we're about to, you know, get into a heavy one. Hey, Colleen, how's it going? Hey, haven't seen you in a minute. Shout out. My 3 cents. I get what he's saying. If you want to be technical, I mean, yes, we are Americans because we were born here on American soil. But to say that and to negate the fact of your African lineage, I think is just plain ignorance. And I think some people have come to be complacent because of the simple fact that we're here. Again, and I know the word even Africa is a European made word, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even the original name of the land, so I get that. But regardless of whatever it was before, now, whatever, back then, now it was a place of origin, so therefore, we all, humanity, sprang from Africa. So I think, the thing is with Trick, I get what he's saying, but I think he needs to do a little bit more research. And I think that when he was on this podcast, people were trying to educate him to something, and he just wasn't really, I guess, receiving it. You know what I'm saying? But if you know history, and again, I wanted all of our ancestry results because I wanted to show that even though we're born here in the United States, you can't eradicate that African DNA that's in you. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? What he does not know is that, because he has not done the research, or nor does he care to, he actually has relatives that are still probably walking around on the continent of Africa. The fact that there's people who look just like him on African soil, and you negate that fact, I don't understand that. I don't even understand why you're trying to dismiss or even say that you don't belong to it. But again, today, well, even though we are technically born here, I mean, we have to have civil rights movement. And shout out to the family of Malcolm X, because his family, his heirs, his descendants are suing the FBI, CIA, and the U.S. government for playing a part in their assassination. But he was the first one to say that, hey, we belong in Africa. We're this and we're that. Black is beautiful, because we're in a country where we're made to think negatively of our skin, of ourselves. We're of self-hate. And he implied, or he tried to instill a sense of self-worth. So when I hear Black people saying, oh, I'm not African, oh, I'm not African, then nigga, what the funk are you? But, I'm sorry. There are whites who are also called African Americans. So
Elon Musk, who y'all hate so much.
I mean, if we wanted to see
African American.
But again, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We want to go into history. Europeans came down and they settled and they took over that land, which is known as South Africa. So they were born on
Everybody
South
came from Africa, though.
That's very true. Very true. Very true. But again, we have people who are born in Europe. We have people who are born in Mexico. We have people who are born in Asia. So a quick little history, we as people, the first people migrated out of Africa. This is science and DNA. The one thing that you cannot dispute or irrefute is DNA. It does not lie. So once we started migrating out of Africa, we started, what's that word I'm looking for? We started intermixing with other species, essentially meaning having babies with Neanderthals, a Homo erectus, all these other different species throughout Europe, throughout Asia, and we bred and we created essentially civilization. So when I hear people saying like, oh, I got into it with this one cat yesterday who said, well, blacks were already here on this soil and all right, cool. To some degree, you're right. But again, I think he's just regurgitating shit that he doesn't really know. Because at the end of the day, when essentially the Native Americans of America crossed over from the Bering Strait, they were essentially crossing over from Asia. But then within that mix, if you put your hands into a bowl of M&Ms, you're going to come out with different colors of M&Ms. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you had specific Africans who were straight out of Africa. You had some who had bred and created Asians. Then you have some who are just flat out just Asians, but they all came over. So again, I mean, there's some truth, but it's just not all the way true. And I see you smirking and whatever. Go ahead, man.
I was just listening to the lecture.
No, you're not. You're trying to be a smart ass. You're trying to be a smart ass. I see it all in your face. I see it all in your face.
I was listening to your lecture, sir. I was letting you, you know what I mean, get your issue.
Go ahead,
off.
Tariq Nasheed, Umar.
We all know that third is the Prince of Zamunda. with his 77%.
And don't
you know what I'm saying?
Don't hate.
He's, you know what I mean? He's got official documentation and all that good stuff
Don't
from
hate.
Africa.
I found my people. You still searching for Benjamin Button. I'm just saying.
Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? There's a Homo erectus and Homo sapiens that we was out here making with that you was just talking about. You know what I mean? It's quite possible, you know. Here I was thinking that the black woman created every shade and color and every genetic modification across the world, but you know, I could be wrong. I agree with Trick, man. It's really that simple. I agree with Trick. We don't put that animus on nobody else, right? Like Cheryl said, you know, there's white people who's Africans. They come over here and they're African Americans. So what distinguishes the term African American from the actual race? If it's not attached to a race, then it probably shouldn't be a describing or determining factor to me. Right? If white people can be African American and Dutch can come over here and be African American, like to me is unnecessary. Everybody else is hell bent on they're American. I'm American. You know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't bother me either way, but I can definitely understand what he's saying. Just like you said in your dissertation, as people started to migrate and move around, right? They became different sects of people, right? And the people that are over here of African descent really don't have that much of a remembrance and tie to Africa outside of people telling us that we African, to be completely honest. And you brought up my great brother Malcolm, and ever since Malcolm and there's been a large Pan-Africanist movement for generations now. Unfortunately, it's just been a one-way street, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's been us bearing the fruit of the labor of the Pan-African movement, you know what I'm saying, campaigning for Africa, and there's been no reciprocation because a majority of the time when those Africans come over here to America with us, they're advised not to deal with us. They're advised to stay away from us, and they make a point, and they make it their due diligence to make sure that you know that they're not you. They make it a point to do that, especially on something good. You know what I mean? When it comes to black doctors, no, these are Ghanaian doctors. You know what I'm saying? These are, you know what I mean? All these different countries they got over there. They make sure they fly their flags over here in our face to let everybody know I'm not like those niggas over there. And that's always been my problem with them on this side. Now, to be fair, in Africa, I'm pretty sure it's quite different, right? I'm pretty sure if we go to Africa, they accept us with open arms and they love us and all that great stuff. I've seen plenty of videos, which is great and amazing, but we don't have time to, figure that out all the time. That everybody's not taking trips back to Africa. Doubt.
So you're talking about a small few, but I'm a quote, Brother Malcolm. Who taught you to hate yourself?
I mean, it sounds good until you see it in reality. You know what I mean? You just look at your Facebook page. Go look at your African friends that are in America on Facebook and see if they don't have a country's flag flying, and see that when the Olympics come on, they root for their home country.
But
right
see, are they not supposed to? Are they not supposed to?
I'm just saying.
Because
so
again,
if there is no difference between us, what country do I get to pick? Right?
Yeah, I get that point. That's a valid point. That's a valid point. But again, we were kind of brought over here, or our ancestors were brought over without a choice, though. You know what I'm saying? So by default, yes, we are Americans. You know what I'm saying?
By default. Well, there was no America before we got here.
True.
That ain't by default. We built this. Why should I disassociate myself from something that my ancestors built? Right?
Yeah, but
then when I do something great, I gotta coincide and you know what I'm saying, co-sign Africa onto it.
So
when we do something great over
So
here.
the same thing goes that can be said for Mexican Americans. You know, we all got Mexican American friends over here, right?
Right.
So again, when the fights are on, whatever like that, you see them flying their Mexican flags. You know what I'm saying? We got Italian
Mexican Americans. They say either I'm Mexican or I'm American. They
so the word Tejano. I've heard the word Tejano, you know what I'm saying, with some of my friends saying that they were born in Texas, that they're Texas born Mexicans. Well, you know, and again, it gets even more complicated because if you want to be real, I mean, if you want to be technical, this side of the Mississippi, you know what I'm saying, was once upon a time, quote unquote, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So again, some of their ancestors were already here. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be even more real about the ish, a lot of Mexican Americans have a lot of Native American within their DNA because of that fact. So
Absolutely.
with that being said, I mean, you have Italian Americans over here that will fly Italian Americans, your flags, right? You know, I've heard that before.
They just call themselves Americans.
No, Italians.
One of the two.
Do you know Italians?
I've never seen Italian American on no piece of paper.
Do you know some Italians, D?
Absolutely. I said they call themselves
wait, Quest, Mr. Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson Jr. Don't forget the Junior. Jessica, do you know some Italian Americans?
No. I mean, I was gonna say I dated one, but
well, geez, what the fuck? I'm learning new shit out here on the podcast.
I told you.
That's in the mob. You know what I'm saying?
This girl's savage over here.
Man,
Colleen says all the European Americans came here by choice. They weren't deported here like Australia. I mean, you know, again, the ancestors, yeah, they were setting out for the new land, and they happened to come across land that was already occupied. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I mean, you still have people who will proudly fly their country. Brazilians will do it. Mexicans will do it. Panamanians will do it. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing wrong with doing that. The reason why we can't do it is because Negro, we don't know. We got no choice but to sit up here. We got no choice but to fly the American flag.
Nothing wrong with that, Third. That's my whole point. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, Jess.
But to play advocate,
oh snap,
like you always like to do.
Get them.
So, which one do I fly?
Asia.
Don't. But yeah, kind of good point. Which one do I fly?
Which one do you want to fly? So
that's
again,
hard to choose. Why do I gotta choose?
So my thing is like this:
you fly that American flag, Jess, and you be happy about it.
No, thank you. No, I'm good on that. So, I don't want to touch it.
Well, the thing is, because that American flag comes with so much, and I hear what you're saying, Quest, is very, very true. You know what I'm saying? America was built off the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors, but then again, it still came at a price to where, again, we have black men fighting in World War II, World War, even the Civil War. You know what I'm saying?
Even every war,
even the Revolutionary War. The ironic thing is that we had ancestors that fought in the Revolutionary War for freedom, and we weren't even free.
Hey, but guess what we didn't do? Unlike a whole lot of other individuals, we didn't run.
Very true.
We stayed here till we were free. Period.
Very true. But even still, so then after 18,
we sat here and we fought and we bucked the system until it went into our favor, even if it was only slightly, right? Because that's what the gumption and mustard that we're built of. That there was nowhere for us to run. Ain't Africa since the Emancipation Proclamation didn't send no boats like, hey, give me my people back. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? After the Civil Rights Movement, they ain't send a plane over here. Hey, give me my people back. None of that.
That's not all the way true too. So once upon a time, I mean, what do you think Liberia is made of? Liberia was a country that was made for African Americans to return back to Africa if they chose so.
So again, so that wasn't all the way true. There was a choice to come back, and some African Americans actually chose to go back. So with that being,
African Americans that went over to Liberia to fight to help.
So, but with that being said, there was a choice. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to give things in context, though. Third, you can't just say, "Oh yeah, Liberia said we can come." Oh, when they went to Liberia, they had to fight to help Liberia. You know what I'm saying? To create that space for people to come. You know what I mean? And as I always say, the same thing like with this Black and Brown coalition and all the other coalitions that they try to get us to be a part of. We are always the forefront and the front men of the moral compass of every movement. And then when the movement is over, we're always left out to dry. You know what I mean? Nothing is built in Liberia. That nothing is built to the standard of dual citizenship that any country is offering at this moment.
And that's where that's where ignorance plays a part, because in Ghana they're offering dual
Nigeria.
I don't know about
they're
Nigeria.
Not offering dual citizenship. They're offering.
I know Gabon is offering dual citizenship. Okay. There's different countries that offer dual citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Angie, how you doing? There's some that won't. There's some that won't honor it. That's very true. But then there's some that will, especially the African Americans who do their research and find out they actually have roots and ties to that country. They offer dual citizenship. Gabon is definitely one of them.
Do you have dual citizenship, Third?
I do not yet, sir.
Oh, okay.
But I will, because I trace back my lineage.
How much is it going to cost you, Third?
I don't know. You want to do the
research
for me?
It didn't cost you anything, right?
I don't think it costs anything.
It does.
It's going to cost.
It costs, but it shouldn't, right? Because that's where you're from. That's the motherland. Should be free, right?
Oh.
For you to return back to your people, they're going to charge you to come back home?
We'll look that up. We'll look it up. I give them that. But again, he said that they're not offering.
They're not offering it. They're charging you for it. Offer is free. If
I will give.
I'm not gonna offer you some now and laters and say, hey, well, you owe me 35 cents because I paid 25 cents at the store. But since you want them, you know what I'm saying? It's an uptick. You know what I mean? Supply and demand.
Now I know that there's some countries that aren't, but then there's some countries that are. I'll give you that. I can't remember off bat which ones are.
Please give me a list.
I will. Colleen Salon says between 5,000 to 8,000 people of African descent served in the Continental Army, woven into the history of this country. No, I agree. But that's the thing, though. So we fought for this country. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, go. So, yeah, we fought for this country. But again, the reason why I don't even like to celebrate the 4th of July, once I got older, I realized what the 4th of July was and the irony of it. You know, we're fighting for freedom and fighting for our freedom from Great Britain, but yet and still there were Black Americans who were still shackled up. The founding fathers of this country wrote a Declaration of Independence saying that all men had the right to be free except for Black people. We were 3/5 of a person and we were considered property. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until 1965, just forget 1865, 1965, that Black people actually had to get civil rights within this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, so the ironic thing is that for these people to sit up here and talk about American, there's a country that despises you. You know what I'm saying? There's people that despise you. So I get it. We're Americans by default. And if you want to be technical, I mean, the reason why Mexican Americans won't call themselves Mexican Americans, because again, U.S. is just part of America. It's part of North America. So is Mexico. So is Canada. It's already America. This is called North America. We are on the continent of North America.
I'm trying to find it.
I'll look it up. They had it in AfricanAncestry.com. They have a Facebook group about people who want to get dual citizenship.
But y'all can't find it?
No, she's looking it up. I can find it.
Oh, okay.
I'll find it.
Type it in for her.
Hold on a sec. Let me get this buffer. You don't like Africans, sir? I'm just playing.
I love Africans. I do. I love all you Africans. All of y'all.
You Africans.
How much is dual citizenship?
I got an African pendant on one of my chains, man. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. But when it comes down to it, America is home. Period. Everybody's running to get over here. Even the Africans.
So, what are your thoughts, D?
Africa. Well,
Colleen's saying we were only 3/5 if we weren't free.
Still 3/5 now. Ain't nobody changed it.
Philippines, Mexico, Israel, Italy, France, Australia, Germany, Ireland, UK, Canada that offer dual citizenship.
Hold on a sec.
That's what it says right here.
Because I know Ludacris got dual citizenship in Gabon because of his wife. But again, that's because of his wife.
Right.
And then I think Samuel L. Jackson has dual citizenship.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder. You know what I mean?
What, of Ghana?
You see the trend here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the people that they offered that dual citizenship to brought notoriety to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they were important. And they probably was more than 77%. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't work over there. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I didn't read the list of requirements. You know what I mean?
It looks like
you should send out a reminder about that, about the result. I forgot. I seen you put it in there.
I sure did, and nobody sent me the results. The teacher gonna send me the results. She gonna send me the link. She gonna send me the link right when the show is. So I'm like, I can't do shit with it now.
Yeah, I seen it. I even thumbs up it, and I still forgot to send it to you. That's
Angola, Burundi, Republic of Congo, Djibouti, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Kenya, Mozambique, and Rwanda offer dual citizenship in Africa.
4.
Let me see.
So I think you guys are caught up on the etymology of words matter. Offer doesn't mean charge. That's my problem. If we're supposed to be playing Pan-Africanism, right? Wouldn't you think that your lineage that got trapped over here in America?
For Ghana is $250. Hold on, let me see. $250.
Okay.
That's if they offer dual.
No, they offer. I just looked it up.
About Africa. And where are you looking at?
Don't worry, I got you.
I'm just saying, man, Pan-Africanism, we should be in this together. Y'all come on home, man. We ain't gonna charge you to come home. Just come on home. We got some land for you over here. We need your skill set. We need.
I mean,
y'all.
So while you're saying that and you're being facetious, there are some people there are people who actually say that. You know what I'm saying? And they welcome that. Like, again, I've talked to my African relatives in Cameroon, Nigeria, and Gabon. Well, not Gabon yet, but primarily in Cameroon and Nigeria. I literally talked to my cousins. They're my fourth cousins.
I believe it. I wasn't being facetious. I'm saying that, like, they're talking to you, third. Anybody called me?
And I'm not. And well, here's the thing. I mean, do you know where you come from? And that's my point. Is that, yeah, you set up there and you did the research is finding, okay, you have a certain percentage of African, which is like, what, 84, 83%, which is good. You know what I'm saying? But have you done further research to actually try to really find out where you come from? Because it's one thing that is just like, again, you're going to be mixed up of different Africans. But have you actually sat up there and actually took the time to actually find where you come from, who your people are, learn your customs? Or are you just complacent with being American? In a country where you sit up there And you literally, your ancestors had to fight for rights since 1965. That's all I'm saying. If I'm playing advocate,
keep fighting. I'm gonna keep fighting, third, and I'm gonna stay right here. Because guess what? Your cousins in Gabon, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, they be on the first thing smoking when they get a chance to get their ass over here. They be on the first thing smoking to use that affirmative action to get their ass into school.
But here's the thing, though. So you got Nigerians who are going to college
to get into them hospitals and get those nursing degrees and to be doctors and to do all of that. So you have them going to college and even in England and stuff like that. They go to colleges in Europe. They go to colleges in even Asia. So what's the point? If you want to go get a better education, you got Asians who do the same damn thing. So what is the point? The point is, if everybody's running over here, why would I run over there? That's the point. The fuck am I going over there for, third? If everybody's coming over here.
Nah, jeez. So again, you have people who come over here. You have people who go to Europe. You have people who go to school in Spain, Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
Do they not go to
all
school?
Places
France?
Away from their home. And they never seem to take their ass back. They always seem to stand here and wag their finger and say, "You damn Makata, why don't you pick yourself up by your bootstraps?
Are you sitting up there? Are you putting that jacket on a few, or are you assigning it to all?
I can never say all of anything. I'm just saying all of the people I ran into. Let me just say that. All of the ones I've come across have had that same sentiment.
And where they from?
The niggas that wash my car up the street at the car wash, at the hand car wash, turn their nose up at me like I made them work there. Those Africans. Yeah. But as soon as boss man Jiminy Snicks comes down, "Oh, yeah, hey, how you doing? You good? Let me get that for you." You know what I'm saying? I gotta go sit my black ass on the concrete sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody bring me no chair.
So are you attributing that to a few, and you're putting your experience to a few or for all?
I know you.
So then what does it have to do with Africa as a whole?
You've been good to me, third. I ran into you. You know what I'm saying? They can't all be bad shit. I'm just saying in terms of them cosplaying to be us when it's beneficiary, that's always been my problem. It's cool to be different than us until you find out that you just like us.
That's not true. Plenty of regular people have it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what Adoration's talking about, but okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Man, you need to get on here, sis. You are the one over there traveling from country to country. We want to hear your experience.
All right. So, Uganda, the application fee for indigenous Ugandans is $200, and the application fee for non-Ugandans is $200 plus a $5,000 fee upon approval. That's Uganda. I don't know. I don't got no people in Uganda. The application fee for Ghana is dual citizenship, where it's $250, and there's also a processing fee of what's that? Some type of Ghana. Applicants must complete a dual nationality form and provide other documents. Kenya, the application fee for dual citizenship is a money order or a cashier check for $540 payable to the Embassy of Republic of Kenya. Applicants must also submit a prepaid self-addressed return envelope. So it looks like they got their own currency in some South African. Yeah.
So let me ask a question real quick. So dual citizenship, wouldn't they require that you would have to have a residence there or work there or something?
I would like to know more about that too, but I know when in the African ancestry group, you know, when they were talking about it, because there were people who actually I again, they connected and found and traced their roots, to certain countries. And so they were asking if, they offered dual citizenship for some of these countries. And so they definitely had a list. And I think they had requirements for some and some of the paperwork, whatever.
Yeah, can I tell you what this seems like to me?
Go ahead.
It seems like this is more so catered to individuals who are of that descent, like within a generation, and happen to be born in America and go back and apply for that. Because I think, see, Tisha said it. Yes, you have to have a residence, which means, or you have to have an address to use, right? That's usually how citizenship works. Yeah, you can't just apply to be homeless.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Some of the countries, again, if you're finding your roots there, if you've traced your roots, and they will allow that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That there might be true for some or whatever if you're trying to actually obtain it. But if you've actually traced your roots, I forget the whole process. I'll research more into it as far as like, are you actually tracing your roots? And I'll come back to you with that.
Yeah,
because I don't know off bat. It's been a while since I've been in there looking.
Thank you for that.
And another thing, do they believe in the DNA over there?
Yeah, they do. Well? I just told you they recognize it. If you actually trace your lineage with the DNA, whether it's ancestry, especially if you actually link and find your relatives within that country, they will honor it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with African ancestry. So if you've taken it in your paternal lineage, traces back to a specific group of people within that country, and they honor the dual citizenship, they will allow you to apply. You know what I'm saying? So they recognize the DNA for the simple fact that they know some of us that we just don't know of where we come from. So if you're taking that time to actually figure it out, then yes, they're going to honor it. Some, not all, some. So and then you just don't.
I said, it sounds good. What the?
No, you don't.
Why do you want to pick a fight
with me? Umar Johnson Jr.
This is the energy I be talking about. Y'all just want to pick a fight with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't.
Hey, you my brother from another mother.
Hey, I agree with you. So.
So the playoff with Quez has said, I did find this clip where I guess is there a disconnect between African Americans and Africans? And this is what I did find for that.
Africa are you from?
I'm from America. That's what we're saying. Just like a Jamaican, just like no, hold on. Just like somebody from Jamaica, they're not going to say what country in Africa they're from. Somebody in Haiti is not going to say what country from. They're going to say they're Haitian
because they were closer from what is it called, the triangular slave
but
trade.
Then when you ask them that question, they're not going to have a definitive answer.
That's because they're already in their own community of Caribbeans, the Haitians, Jamaicans. They're all like in one bowl.
But Black Americans are in their own bowl as well. Like that's what I'm saying. Why are we getting questioned?
That's why Africans feel that way, because they feel like because you don't know where you come from, which is not by fault by Africans.
We know where we come from. We come from America, just like Jamaicans I guess it's just more, come from Jamaica. Like, what is the difference?
I think it's just more relatable from an African to see another African and be like, oh, where you come from? Oh, I'm from Ghana. I'm from this place. And they know so much about their culture because they do this, and this. So I feel like that's why they feel like you know so much about your culture in Africa. So that's what they're like, well, Americans don't know, because honestly, you guys don't know. When Africans come to America, they're busting their behinds to get degrees, become doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. So when Africans look at African Americans, they're like, these people have credit cards. We don't even have credit cards. These people are not even working, and we come here and we busting our asses. Now we're doing this. We're now six figures, and these people have all these years to become all these great jobs and careers, and they're not doing anything. I'm just saying this is what they're saying. Yeah, this is the conversation. It's like y'all have all this time to get free money, free loans, and we don't get that back at home.
Yeah, but
y'all get that when y'all come here, though.
Exactly, and guess what? We're right here, and y'all are still here.
There's a lot of grants and loans and different situations.
The people from here is not getting them loans that y'all come here and get, though.
You said what you just said?
No, I said there's a lot of.
That's the point that they're proving. The people here are not even getting it. So it's like, what are y'all doing?
I'm saying the black people here are not getting them same opportunities that y'all come from y'all Africa and come here and get. We don't get those.
We're considering not just Africans, everybody, all the other countries are considering y'all as being lazy, because it's like Why aren't y'all getting these? Like, why y'all not busting y'all asses to? Y'all should be better than the Chinese. This is if y'all Americans. Y'all should be better than America. Y'all should be better than Chinese people who coming over here.
But we. And the thing is,
my question is, what are the opportunities that you think that we have over?
That's different, right?
The grants, the loans, the scholarships, and stuff.
We're getting more than you guys.
I don't understand what. No, I've never heard of anything.
Are y'all seeing what's going on with the immigrants right now and how the benefits that they're?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that clip? I hate this cat, man.
Because you tried to sit here and argue me down about who's saying that, who's doing it. She just told you who. Everybody's saying it. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me laugh about that. She said, we're all saying, why are you over here doing this? And you lazy. You had all these years. She said we all saying. That's what makes it funny to me, Sir Third. And then to have the audacity to say you should be doing better than the Asians when the Asians right now is over in Africa smacking y'all upside the head and taking over your land and fucking charging you for your ports in astronomical refinance fees that y'all couldn't pay them debts back, to have the audacity to point your finger at us and say, why ain't you doing shit, is crazy to me. That's why I was laughing.
I agree with you on that one, though.
That shit's crazy. But go ahead. Carry on.
No, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. That was kind of... Let's see. I found something else before we move on to the next.
Yeah, please hurry up and wash that taste out my mouth. I love you, African people. Just stand on business.
Some niggas don't want to be African. Especially extra chocolate niggas.
I have no problem. I'm more African than you. You know what I'm saying? I have no
oh, now you claim it. Now you claim it. Now you claim it. I thought you American. I thought you American waving that American flag. I thought you was out there with Kid rocking them. Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gabon, and Eritrea. As far as with DNA. But so
that's great. Shout out Nipsey, who is Eritrean. You know what I'm saying? And Black Sam. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, you like the famous
those I fucks with them.
Yeah, he likes the famous ones and shit. Ain't that about a biatch?
Hey.
All right, y'all.
Them the ones I know. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
All right, y'all got any closing thoughts on that?
Well, close this chapter and go do some research.
Listen, Nestle
before
Crunch.
You start saying people in their ignorance.
Listen, Nestle Crunch. I do implore. Nestle Extra Crunch. I do implore all my folks out there, especially Black folks, study, learn your history. You know, hey, Ancestry has a sale for $40. You can sit up there and get free membership for up to like 3 months. You can sit up there, trace your family tree. You can find census records. You can find all types of stuff. The better thing is to know and not know. That's how you erase ignorance. But hey, what do I know?
And I advise that before you start advocating for people, find out how they really feel about you.
Again, oh, this nigga.
I will say, I had an African teacher in high school. He called us lazy. He did.
And why do you think that we're lazy? Why do you think that they think that we're lazy?
We don't think we're lazy. They didn't start saying we was lazy until we asked for some money for the shit that we was doing. then all of a sudden we was lazy after we built everything for free. Then all of a sudden niggas is lazy. And that shit never makes sense to me. We was lazy, but we just built this whole motherfucker. But all of a sudden we lazy now because we want to get paid. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
That's a good argument right there. All right, so we will take a quick little promo and we will be right back with the next topic. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah,
You're wasting time, wasting lines. And we are back. That's sad that we had teachers, or you guys had teachers that called. I want to understand what the whole lazy thing is. My experience with Africans have been actually pretty good. I am not. Besides that one, but I told y'all about that. Yeah, he tried to. Y'all ain't real blacks.
Everybody didn't get a chance to go to Wakanda third. You know what I'm saying? Some of us just.
I've not been to Wakanda yet either. I will go though. I implore you to go too, Tariq.
I'm just saying, if they'll have me.
Niggas got all these fake African names and all this Pan-African. Yeah. But then they want to keep Africa out the mix.
If they'll have me.
The funk out of here.
Man,
all right. Man. So another topic that we want to talk about today. We're getting close to fight time. So we're going to make this one short too. You know what I mean? But so another thing I came across.
Brother Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? We got to.
He's from Brooklyn.
Go Tyson.
But, but yeah, so I found a clip that, maybe like a week ago, but we got caught up with this whole election stuff and we're taking a break. I needed a break from all that crap. But again, one of the topics that came up, and it's a good thing, was does more income mean you have more control of the household? Is it control? Is it gender specific? So, I couldn't find the actual clip because I waited too long to actually clip it up to get that person's perspective. But I did find something that's kind of like similar, and we can kind of just, go off of that.
Are women considered head of the household if they're the breadwinner? Wow. The tough part about the society that we live in is the misconception that the person who makes more money calls the shots. In reality, that's the wrong mindset to have. Now, I do believe that regardless of who the breadwinner is, men are supposed to be the ones who lead and provide direction in the relationship. This doesn't mean that a woman's role isn't valuable. Stay with me. Times are changing, and men shouldn't be intimidated by what a woman brings to the table, even if it's more than your contribution. Because any other time, it's, I wish she brought something to the table. With all that being said, if there's genuine respect in the relationship, a true woman wouldn't emasculate their man in this predicament.
Now Melvin wouldn't show up in the comments. What are your thoughts, y'all?
Go ahead, D. You up first. Yeah, buddy. See, look, and third and just left. You know what I'm saying? The African consulate called them. Oh, never mind, he back. You know what I'm saying? And sending him his dual citizenship papers right now. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know you didn't have them, my brother. Go ahead, D.
Go ahead, y'all. Hurry up, man.
Go, Jess. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I know people ain't gonna agree with me on this, but God created a specific order for a reason. Okay? Men are supposed to lead the household. But I get what he's saying about that. Or no, he said that women shouldn't be head of the household if they make more. Is that what he's saying?
What he said.
Because Texas would say that whoever makes the most, right, is the head of the household. Is that not correct?
Man, if you're going to choose the U.S. tax code over God, I mean, I guess so.
So, yeah, with that being said, if your girl makes more than you, I think you should hustle. Just saying. Just saying. So if you want to be that head of the household, hustle. But men are supposed to lead the household.
Great perspective, D.
I knew y'all was coming from me because they already know.
You thought you was getting away from this one, D. We want to hear your perspective, D.
Oh, I get caught up. My thing is, I don't mind a man being the head of the household, but when he act like he can't be the head, or he's having a problem being the head of the household, then yeah, you can step down. But I don't really look at, okay, this person is that person. I think it's always like a even, type of thing, to where if something needs to be spent over 500, I think, or whatever amount you want to put out there, you both discuss it, before you purchase. I always feel like that. But if I'm already at the table with a stack, and he barely got, a lunch sandwich bag, that ain't gonna work. He's got to bring himself up. I mean, what kind of man wouldn't want to bring himself up? I mean, you got to have your backbone. You can't just sit back and be happy with a lunch sack. You got to come on with the bag. If I'm bringing a bag, meet me at least with a half a bag, or close to it, or you got a plan, or you got something planned that works. But if not, don't think you about to be out there just spending either, because it ain't all my money ain't going in one account to where you have access to it like that.
So I guess to kind of elaborate further and kind of expound, if you, D, made more money than your significant other, or would you consider yourself to be the head of the household, or would you let this man lead in terms of what Jessica's saying as far as the biblical sense?
You can lead. Like what's lead? Like you handling the house, you set the rules on how fine, but I'm gonna be the head of my money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna mean that just because you're the head of household don't mean you're gonna sit up here and just spend up my money I don't work hard to get either. Like, going out doing this, doing that, or electronics, or whatever you choose you think you do. Being a head of the household is running a household and protecting that household as well. You're protecting it. You're supposed to be securing it. But if I don't see that, why would I let my money just be sitting there and he just breaking it down? I'm not about to do it. We're going to have a talk about that. But he can be the head of the household. That's what he want to do. I'm still going to submit. I still, cook your dinner, still clean the house, and still do the things that a woman's supposed to do and submit. I have no problem with that. But my problem is I just can't let my money sit like that and be open to him just to spend the way he want to spend. He want to go out and, just like my dude, he want to spend $900 on a fishing rod. And that's your money. You're right. But I feel like that's, in his mind, he don't want to, he says, because I don't want to get married right now. I just in my mind. But in him, he wants to get married, but he knows as he says, he has to get all his toys out the way. You sure better, because it ain't gonna happen. Because we had a topic about that. What if his daughter wanted a laptop? Would he go? Would I agree with him spending $2,000 or $3,000? Hell no. Go get her one that's about $1,000 or $500. It's a certain thing when you
$3.99 at Walmart, man. You know what I'm saying? They all do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna read some of these comments real quick,
especially when they're grown.
I got something to say about that. Whoever is a better leader should run the household. Some men have low IQ and their ladies are smarter and vice versa. That's from Toes.
Very true.
Adoration. The fact that he calls it emasculation is the problem with. If your wife has a better leadership on certain area, you being unable to let her lead is the problem. Money, in my opinion, has nothing to do with it. Also, the Bible never said a man should lead in a relationship. We got to stop taking the Bible out of context just because it fits our traditional society.
You're right. It says that he should lead in a marriage.
That part.
Woo!
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jess. Come through with the word of the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Adoration, what are you on, girl? I should have typed all that.
Girl. Melvin says, what man doesn't like or want head in the household?
There's a lot that
Shut
don't.
up. Don't answer.
There's a lot that don't.
He read it.
They must not like women.
Boy,
no.
That is a question. For
another
episode.
The moment money has to do with what a person you are better at leading in certain areas, that's the moment your relationship will suffer. A study showed that most men are jealous of their wife's success because they are raised to think that if they are better than the woman or over and the women in every way in failure. We got to stop this.
Who is most men?
And Ray said it doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that God should be the head of your house, then the father, and then the mother, then the children. I could have swore that's what it said.
It starts in Genesis.
Yeah, well, what Bible are you reading, Adoration?
Head of every woman is a man. What does the head of every woman is a man mean? Explain that.
Right now, she's really typing now.
Please.
She gonna make Cal read all day.
And what iteration of the Bible are you getting this context from? Is this the new Philippines red light district version? Or,
if you
I'm just. I'm curious. You know, there's a lot of different versions, man. You know what I mean?
It ain't that many versions. No, it ain't.
I just want to know. If it says the head of every woman is a man, that kind of is self.
I got it, y'all. It says head of every woman is a man. It doesn't say a man is leader of a relationship. And like Jessica said, she didn't say relationship. She said marriage. She was strong on that one. And she has a point. So we're going to bring up Bible quotes because I don't know where she getting her Bible from. She got the new Filipino version of it. Likewise, it says 1 Peter 3:1-22. Likewise, wives, be subject to your own husbands, so that even if some do not obey the word, they may be won without a word by the conduct of their wives. When they see your respectful and pure conduct, do not let your adorning be external, but let your adorning. For this is how holy women hoped in God used to adorn them by submitting to their own husbands. I want you to understand.
This is the ESV version, just to let everybody know.
But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, the head of your wife is your husband, and the head of Christ is God. Ephesians 5:25, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. I'm looking for the one in Genesis. Because she's Louise. It says a lot about where the husband is the head of wife. It's saying a lot right here. I don't know where Adoration is getting her stuff from.
It's to be honest, it's irrelevant which part of the Bible it's in. You know what I mean? It's in there. But
right,
you know, my perspective,
it's all in there, really.
Yeah, my perspective on it is, you know what I mean, I kind of agree with Dia a little bit on some portions of it, because you know, there are a lot of irresponsible people out there pretending to be men, and a fool and his money shall soon part. So, you know, you take that how you want it. You know what I mean? You be a fool if you want to let that man spend all your money because he's supposed to be the head of the household. I'm a firm believer in I'm the head of my household, but I would never be threatened by you know, my wife making more money than me. When I met her, she was making more money. We was working at the same place. She was making more money than me. You know what I mean? I didn't say, hey, I ain't gonna date you because you make more money than me. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even a concern of mine because real men don't let minute details such as that discourage them. And as Dee said, it's more of a motivating factor because, hold on, let me show you how I get this other money too. You know what I'm saying? You might be with it right here on this piece of paper, but let's factor in some of these other things that I got moving and shaking, and let's put that on the table as well. So it's not necessarily the whole money thing should be bothering people. And when you get you a good woman, whether she have all the money or not, and you play your part, she'll let you lead. But if you're an idiot, then nobody gonna let you lead shit. And I don't know how you got that woman to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure that part out. You know what I mean? If you ain't got no money and you stupid, you know what I'm saying? How'd you end up there? But you know what I mean? Maybe we need to talk to her about her decision making skills. Right. But for most women, I don't think it's a factor to let their husbands lead, whether they have more money or not. You know what I mean? Dr. Huxtable made good money, and so did Ruth. You know what I mean? They gave you the lesson right there with the Cosby Show. So
it doesn't say.
Adoration, you keep using relationship, and we're not. You notice we keep ignoring that.
Created, he was in charge of the household of the land.
We're looking for something that says in the lead. Here we go. I'll play.
We keep ignoring relationship because we're talking about husband and wife. You know what I'm saying? Relationships is just practice, and you know what I'm saying. Nobody cares. Whatever you do in the relationship is your goddamn business. Until it works or it don't work. Till you get married or y'all leave each other. We don't care what y'all do. Till you get married.
Yeah, a relationship is kind of irrelevant. It's really irrelevant to the situation. A relationship does not equate marriage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially when it comes to finances.
Right. Relationship, a woman don't get up off of no money. Like, that's dating. I'm not about to do that unless I choose to get off of that. He still need to be the one paying for Cheesecake Factory or whatever else it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be making it seem like I understand that you can handle, you know what I mean? Just like with a household, you don't know what this man doing when you're in a relationship. You don't know how he's handling. Why would you even want to tie your money into each other's money and mix your money together like that? No way, no how.
You haven't made the commitment to be with each other forever. We shouldn't be committing these bank accounts to each other.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Especially when we're talking about finances. And especially when we live in a world where, there's huge debates about 50-50 and who should be doing what. So again, if we're quoting the Bible adoration, then what it does say is that, the two become one. So again, if my wife is working and I'm working, then all that money goes into one whole pot. It's our money. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, money does not really dictate who the leader of the relationship, and relationship, I mean marriage, is. You know what I'm saying? If we're placing God in the center of our marriage, a relationship, marriage, quote unquote, then again, that means that I am the head, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it does not give me free range to sit up here and to dictate to my wife, I will consult with her with certain things. I will get her opinion because she does matter. It's called a relationship. You have to have that in order to have a successful one.
So this is what I find the problem to be. A lot of individuals, when they look at this marriage situation, everybody's looking like they're about to lose something, right? Everybody's looking at it from the perspective of, what if it doesn't work? What if it fails? What do I lose in the transaction of this? When you should be looking at your marriage as a designation from God that can't be broken apart as long as you leave him there. To me, it's my personal opinion. I'm not telling y'all what to do with y'all. If you want to be a heathen and do what you do, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta listen to me, but I mean it to say, we don't really have those issues per se. Me and Denisha, we do argue about things and we have our little spats or whatever. But when it comes down to what's best for the household, we actually sit down and talk about it. And it's never, hey, well, I'm the head of the household, so we gonna go this way because this is what the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? I don't care how you feel about it. And yeah, your shit may make more sense, but who asked you to talk? You know what I mean? Eat the cake, anime, and shut the fuck. Like, we don't, there's none of that going on in real marriages. In real marriages, that God placed that woman with you to be a helpmate. That it also says that, right? If she's your helpmate, that means you would have to listen to her for her to help you.
Exactly.
Period, point blank. So
exactly.
Nobody's losing anything. You guys are supposed to complement each other. You guys are supposed to build with what you have as far as strong suits and personality traits to go out and build a new kingdom for yourselves. That's what it's supposed to be.
Right. When you we're all here. We're not perfect by no means. You know what I'm saying? We're imperfect people trying to help other imperfect people get through the situations. And so while we have these debates, because again, I keep getting these, why are we talking about the argument? Because a lot of this shit that we see on the internet,
whether it's TV, whether you like it or not, happens in real life, everyday situations. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's happening in office or work, what's happening even in your everyday relationships. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that we can use our platform to do is to help educate or give a different perspective for folks to see things differently. And I can tell you that within my first marriage, I flunked up because I sat up there and took that whole thing. Well, I'm the head of the house, so I'm this and I'm that. I ain't consoling my ex about certain things. And I, essentially, that was one of the causes of the ruin of the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't see her as a partner. I didn't value her as a partner. So where I made a mistake within that one, the next time around, hopefully I'm not making that same mistake. So, you know what I'm saying? So this is what this whole platform is for, is to be open, honest, and create a safe space to talk about this stuff. And Adoration says exactly, that's what I said. Money has nothing to do with it. I said being the head has nothing to do with being the leader in a relationship. I'm responding to the video. I'm responding to what the guy said, what the guy in the video said. But again, I think we're assuming, so we're going to be safe to say assuming, when he says relationship, especially if we're talking about biblical thing, he's talking about a marriage relationship. You know what I'm saying? Again, you're not doing finances with somebody who is just your quote unquote partner, someone who is your quote unquote girlfriend or boyfriend.
I know you're going to love this. So would you equate a marriage to somewhat as a business proposal?
No.
Oh, shit.
As you guys are going to have to exchange finances, do a profit and loss sheet, and you know what I'm saying, plan out your next year so that you can grow the marriage.
There's aspects of the businesses where, especially if you guys are both coming from businesses, where you're going to have to definitely talk about it. But marriage is meant to be a covenant, not a contractual thing. Tariq Nasheed,
I know you hate that I always refer to marriage.
Yeah, because you always call it a contract marriage, and that's the reason why. Again,
I don't like it either.
You were doing so beautifully when you said, people come in with this whole thing of, I have something to lose, and and still with the game. Because when you start thinking of losing, then that's what the whole thing of a contractual marriage is.
Yeah. But I didn't call it a contract.
I'm with Tish. I had side accounts.
Well, here's the thing. And I'm speaking outside of the male species for a minute.
All women should.
Hey, a smart woman is going to. You know what I'm saying? Because again, sometimes with some of us, like Dee said, we may want to go buy the motorbike. We might go, do something but again, certain women are smart enough to know, hey, I'm gonna put some away for a rainy day because I got
smart people in general. But
if a woman really got you, then she got you. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving props to the women.
Marriage and you decide to make a selfish decision on a purchase or something for you, it shouldn't affect the household at all, right? You guys should have all that figured out down to the T.
Mistakes,
and then whatever your extra money is your extra money. You take your profit. After we didn't pay all the bills and everything, and
that part,
everything that has to be done, you take your net profit and you get to do whatever it is you want with that. Look, I'm gonna be honest.
Tisha over here making Tyler Perry movies on the podcast,
hell no.
Or you might decide to leave that for a side chick and leave me stuck. Not happening. No, she said not happening. I get it.
You focus on the wrong thing. But anyway, listen. This is what I'm saying. Because listen, the business that we're in now, me and Denisha, she did not believe in it at all. So with us having a conversation about it, she didn't believe in it, right? So I couldn't take the money from, hey, look, we gonna do this, and woo, and she agreed so I can do it. Now I had to take that out of my, my little personal situation. I had to take the hit for that. I got to miss a couple lunches. I got to, you know what I mean? And I made the investment until I made her a believer, right? Now she's full on board, but you should also keep your money to the side for things like that as well, because there may be an opportunity that arises in your life and your partner may not holistically agree with you. And like I said, don't take that from the finances that supply the household. But if you got a bag over here and you can make that, we're going to it with some of your partners, your friends, your homegirls, whatever the case may be, then you do that with your side money. That's what it should be for. And then if it turns into fruitful, You know what I mean? Not to say rub it in their face, but you do get at least one like, hey, man, hey, I told your ass. You know what I mean? You should. But after that, let's bring it back into the household. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's grow this and figure out how we make more smart investments and grow the kingdom that we're trying to build. That's what I'm on. But y'all go ahead.
Melvin said sneaky links are expensive. I agree with Quez.
I mean, if that's what you're gonna do with your money, I mean, your business, not mine. I ain't got no sneaky links. I don't got no links. Only link I got is DannyCal85.LLC. You know what I'm saying? Check out the link. That's the only link I got, pal. You know what I'm saying?
Only link I got king3rd.com. Go ahead and indulge and enjoy.
Nah, but good stuff. I think that was a good conversation. It
was a healthy conversation.
I think Tyson about to come on soon.
Well, no, right now it's the girls fighting right now. So you got one more undercard, then Tyson.
Oh, so okay. So we got time.
He should be coming on like around like 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, that'll be 11, 12 o'clock for me.
Right now, everyone should be trying, especially black folks. We need to start saving our money a lot now. Like really, you can pass McDonald's up and go ahead and eat at home because we about to get hit with a lot. Whether we think we are or not, just start saving. Start doing that. Because in that way you're prepared just in case. Because stuff might start raising up high and you're going to need that. You never know. So I say in the next 4 years, if it don't go that way, hey, then you got enough to go take you a nice little trip there. And if not, you got yourself covered.
Right. Now I'm going to play one more clip, before we jump into our last one for the day, because it's going to be a fun one right before, Tyson. But I like what this brother was saying right here. I think he dropped a lot of jewels.
I'm the man. I'm the head of the household. Right. I lead. We both make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I pay all the bills in the house.
Subtle flex.
Right? It's subtle flex. But because I did make a post. I said, I realized the greatest flex I could ever have is when my wife is kept, but she keeps making money. You see what I'm saying? As the leader, when we both make money, I take care of the family, I take care of our wealth planning, I take care of our legacy building. Whatever money she makes is hers. She can do whatever she wants to do with it. So is she really being submissive and being controlled? No, because she has the opportunity, if she wants to go somewhere else. But me being a leader and being in that position of power is giving her an opportunity to live in a life in a world with full autonomy. Right. She don't have to depend on anybody else, not even me,
or desire anything from somebody.
So when she don't gotta live like that and she can just do whatever she wants, but she still wants to be my wife, that makes me feel good. Yeah.
He didn't say nothing about no 50-50.
Sure didn't. He didn't even say 5%.
His wife is kept because he pays all the bills. But she still makes her money.
They didn't hear you in the back. What'd they say?
You're muted, sir. I know you're dropping some jewels right now. I know you're dropping some jewels. You're muted, sir.
No, I'm just saying it's probably because she stayed with her when she had to help pay some of them bills. So she stayed there to see it through to not have to ever pay anything ever else again. I mean, that's probably what it took.
However you want to call it.
I mean, or maybe she just paid $100 at her house and he paid $100 at his until he could afford to move her in. That's the same difference.
And he was saying that shit because she was sitting right there. Well, whoopsie.
There's women out there that will walk away from a good man talking about, he wanted to go half on rent. He wanted to go half on. Facts. Like that is, you know how fatuous and inane that is to say he wanted to go half. First of all, you are responsible for 100% of your life as an adult. 100% of your problems, 100% of your bills, 100% of your stress. And you mean to tell me you had a man right there like, I'll take half of that from you. And you was like, that ain't good enough.
Right.
Damn. I want you to take it all. I don't want to have no responsibility as an adult. And that is financial abuse. And that is feminine manipulation and abuse. So then, fellas, you need to walk away.
I didn't hear him mention no kids in there. But I know that the other clip you played, they got kids. 4.
Hey, Jess, how much of your bills you paying right now?
100%.
Oh, okay, then that's what he was saying. So Third said, "Hey, Jess, I can get us in a bigger place, and I'll take half of that off of your plate." You gonna say, "Nah, nigga, that ain't good enough"?
No, I don't want to move into a bigger place if I got to pay half of that rent. I'm cool where I'm at. If I'm gonna have kids, yes,
but see,
you
but
should be able
thinking
to
about
take
you,
care
right?
of things.
Listen, you look.
No,
you
but
thinking,
if I'm having kids, I'm not thinking about myself. Because I'm sorry, there's not many women who say, "Oh, pregnancy is so lovely." No, I'm sorry. Some
didn't say that at
pregnancies
all. That's
bring
a
lots of
financial
issues.
that's a financial decision you guys will have to make together, whether it's beneficial to have kids and when to do so. But like I said, maybe if you stay down during the 50-50, the 100 feels so much better at the end. You know what I mean? But the problem is a lot of y'all not willing to start off with the 50-50 to get to where you don't have to pay nothing. Y'all looking for a knight in shining armor to show up right now and say, you know what, you don't never have to pay another bill again a day in your life. You and your kids come live with me and I'll pay for everything.
I'll tell you, like those dudes out there are far and few, and they're not thinking about that. I can promise you that. Not saying all. There's some here and there. There's some. I'm not gonna say all.
There is
about even. They're about even because
no,
there's a lot of you can run into that will do that. I ain't gotta lie to you.
Well, maybe for you. Let me rephrase that. In your bracket, that may be true. You know what I'm saying? Your kids is grown and gone. You know what I'm saying? It's really just you.
This was during when I had my son. I had that luxury.
It's 50-50?
So no, I had 100%. So and at that time I didn't have to worry about nothing. But what I spent on, and what I did and with my child, you know what I mean? That was me.
You must have found them Africans Third was talking about.
No, no African. She black.
If you have 10 problems, you wouldn't want someone to say, hey, I'll help you solve 5 problems right now.
Hey, back in the motherland, I am a king. I will take care of you. I have cattle on 1,000 hills.
And I will take care of the whole house. There's some men. There are a lot of men. A good percentage that do want to take care of the whole house and everything, and don't want a woman to pay this and that. I mean, even if like I go out with my brother and them or whatever, and I take a girlfriend with me or whatever, they won't even let us pay at the table. They don't believe in a woman paying when there's men at the table. They just don't, and that's just what I've been accustomed to, and maybe that's why
my family just must be different.
No, I'm not. See, but y'all keep missing the iteration of the story that I'm trying to give y'all. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
But it don't fit for me.
I'm just saying there's not a lot of men who aren't already married or in the position to about to be married that are going to treat women in a certain bracket that way. That's all I'm saying. So
right. But what I'm saying is y'all
for
don't date
the
men.
young men that may be on our podcast, because I know my son go back and watch the rebroadcast. You know what I'm saying? That generation from 18 to 30, we shouldn't be giving them advice like, oh, you should be paying 100% of somebody's bills, or y'all shouldn't be together. That, you know what I mean? So that'd be my
relationship
issue.
though.
Wait,
but
hold up.
Even in a relationship at 18 and 19,
but D's 100% right.
Afford to pay 100% of somebody's bills at 18 and 19 as you trying to figure out life. That shouldn't be a requirement.
They have no business thinking like that anyway.
But what I'm saying,
wait, hold that thought real quick. D's 100% right. We don't date men.
Right. So
we sure do talk to a lot of them.
But let me tell you something. Sometimes
so you're talking to men. You're talking to men who talk to other men.
And
I can tell you what they think about women.
I bring a lot of men on here to tell you.
Well, bring them on. I mean, you don't share the link, but go ahead, bring them on.
My thing is this: I don't what.
No, I'm saying you share the link. Bring it on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this: is that sometimes your homeboys will tell you, and when y'all in that setting, yeah, man, I agree with you. Do that, but then they go back home and they do different things. And then what they tell you, they're not going to tell you everything that they're doing with their woman and that they cherish their woman and this and that. They're not going to tell you what they do and that they take care of most of the bills. It's not putting them, if it's not putting a strain on them, there's other things that she's doing. Just like when she's cleaning the house, washing your drawers, doing everything else. I mean, how much would you pay for a maid? You had to do that before. So it's taking the heat off of your back too. She's taking the load off of your back when you do get together. Unless she's just sitting at home all day and not doing nothing.
No, listen, and this is why I say the argument is always skewed, and instead of listening to logical reasonings on why 50-50 works in some scenarios, we have a whole slew of women in the social media range telling us that 50-50 would never work, and if you're a woman, you shouldn't rely on that. And the problem with that is because, like I said, my son being 18, well, he'll be 19 next month, with the rest of these Sagittarius crazy people. He's, you know what I'm saying? At 18, 19, if he gets into a relationship where he feels he has feelings for somebody, I'm going to tell my son, you shouldn't be paying 100% of nothing right now. And if a woman can't meet you 50-50 at this moment, then you probably shouldn't be with her because you're still in the development phase, right, of your life. You're still in the development phase of your adulthood, right? From 19 to maybe 27 or 30, you're devising what's going to work for you in the next chapters of your life. And if the woman can't support you during that time frame, then you probably shouldn't be with her. But when you hit 30 and 40, your life should be together by then, right? That's why I say it depends on which bracket of women we're talking about. But we can't have 20-year-old, 22-year-old women saying, I'm not going 50-50, trying to date men in their range who are still trying to figure out their life. Everybody not jumping off the porch, you know what I'm saying, with six-figure salaries and high six-figure salaries, maybe even 7 at 18 to 20 or 18 to 25. It's not a reality for most individuals. There may be a small select few, but then you also have to ask yourself as a woman, what separates you from the other 300 women within his circumference that look just as good as you, they got ass and titties just like you, that can suck penis just like you. You know what I'm saying? What separates you in that bracket? You know what I mean? If you want somebody to pay all your bills, because this is what men think about. You know what I'm saying? If I'm paying 100%, because now you're involving someone's ego. And what tends to happen with men who are young and have a whole lot of income and don't have really any training or life experience, they become manipulative and they become abusive, whether it be verbal, physical, or emotional, right? Or narcissistic, either one. But that's typically what happens with young men, a lot of money, 18 to 25.
Let's you been realistic. To a Diddy party?
Right.
No, I'm just saying it's the truth. It's the truth.
Maybe in some cases, yeah. But like even with my son, he had his house at 19, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, whether he got money or not, I always guided him. So it takes your parents to guide you, and not just starting at 18. You got to start them at 10, 15. When they start wanting to spend money, you start teaching them that money. I teach my grandson right now, you know, because sometimes if you ever pay attention, when they're 5 and 6, they think that you just have the card. They don't know about change, you know, dollars, nickels, and pennies. You start teaching them that, and I start teaching them how to put his money up. But that's how you have to start teaching them that, and then they don't wild out. But as far as saying that, you know, the dick sucking and all that don't mean you have to participate in that. And I want young women that they're watching not to know that they don't have to participate in that in order to get a man that's decent.
You don't need a lot of money to pay bills.
Yeah, it's a money. You pay bills together. You know what I'm saying?
Not in America.
Exactly.
Well, I ain't had to suck no dick for sport. So
we're not talking about you.
I'm saying you don't have to. I don't want that to come across that you know that you have to do certain things. To get these kind of men.
That's not what. But that's not what I was saying. D.
How did that even come up?
I agree with you. I'm saying when you're dealing with, I was 18 to 25 before, right? And I had some money in my pocket. And at 18, 25, like most other 18 to 25-year-olds, what separated you from having some coochie, titties, ass, and good head? You know what I'm saying? That was the determining factor during that period. You know what I'm saying? If you cool to kick it with, you know what I'm saying? But the rest of y'all all got the same thing. So what separates you outside of those activities? That's what I meant for the young ladies watching. Outside of all of that, what do you offer that's going to separate you from the pack? Because at 18, 25, these young men are just trying to hit. Let's be honest.
Them. And that don't mean
I get YD.
And they're going to the weak ones, the weak women. They're not the girls.
But I'm just saying, but that's the reality you face.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
And if all it is,
I had a daughter,
you gonna pay 100% of my bills, and I come over there. You know what I'm saying? But is that really adding? Is that
wait? He's bringing a valid point though with this one. I get where he's coming from with this one. He's saying so to expound on what he's saying if you're at that mind state at that age and your main intent, your main goal is just to hit, then when that a woman starts talking about you paying 100% of he's already checked himself out of that because his main intent and goal is to hit this. You know what I'm saying? So
and sometimes again, when men start talking about the hit, that checks a woman out of that too.
No, very true. We're not negating that. We're not negating that. But I think what the problem happens sometimes is that with some women, not all, women get defensive and they don't want to hear when a guy is trying to speak and give you game because he's telling you the mind state of a dude at this point. He's all he's saying is he's not saying anything negative against you or any type of women or whatever. He's just saying like a dude at that age, not all, but some, predominantly a lot, are thinking about this one thing. So this is going to be the one thing that's going to help these young girls who sit up there and fall for these dudes to be giving them game and da. If he's thinking about this, and the minute she starts talking about, well, you're going to pay it, he going to walk. Because again, if all he's trying to get is this, then he can get it from this next girl over here who has the same exact thing that you got without the less complication or headaches.
But now women have magnified that game plan. That game done got sold out. We done magnified it and perfected it sometimes, if you want to really say about the game. Because when I was 21, 22, I was running that game. I had a daddy in my ear making sure I understood the game, my brothers and all them. So I knew the game, but when I knew I wanted my stuff paid, I know how to play that game. And I got what I wanted. But at the end of the day, the game only gets you so far. Pretty soon you got to grow up and understand and be mature enough. And I get what he's saying as far as that, because that's how quick some of these girls get pregnant at a young age. Because they
that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. So why are there more baby mothers than there are wives?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to stop here. It's
a whole lot of. I keep saying this, and I say this to my daughter, and I say this to these beautiful women who be out here talking about single, sexy, and free, and you know what I'm saying? It's 7 p.m. Friday. I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me, but they end up pregnant somehow, some way. But listen, it's a whole lot of unattractive women that are married. Whole lot of them. Not just by my standards, but by many standards. It's a lot of women that
is that bad not to be married?
These 10s, 9s, and 8s, these dime pieces say that I'm a dime, but you single. I've seen a lot of women who aren't dimes that are married and happy and living their best life, and somehow you waiting on the right nigga.
But what's wrong with being
single? He's never coming.
There's nothing wrong with being single. Hold on.
I didn't say that.
Go ahead, Jess. Go ahead.
So, Quez asks, what's going to set women apart from the other women? Not having sex. That's going to set you apart. That's really going to help you to see who's there for you. Absolutely. And women, don't be talking about paying no bills. Be a lady. That's not being a lady, talking about paying bills. Just saying.
Right, that conversation shouldn't even come up if you're a real, woman. That's you can finesse or do it however you want to do, okay, whatever it is. But you don't have to sit there and I've never had to sit and talk about, well, I need you to pay this or I need you to pay that. No, it's not happening. If anything, I had to slow down and be like, I don't need you buying me that, because I knew what it comes with it. Now you wanted me to commit with you.
Thank you, D, because I was getting ready to answer adoration here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she said, if what Quez is saying is true, I would encourage my daughter to only go for men who are paying 100%, because why go 50-50 with a man who's just trying to hit? Now that I know that, now that I know 100, wow, when was she saying? One low. But yeah, what you're saying, D, is very, very true. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. That's real what you were saying. And that's what I would tell adoration.
Still be practicing abstinence, but your little coochies tingle. And you know what I'm saying? These little boys getting y'all ears.
Not that much. They created wine
I'm
now,
just
baby.
saying,
Let me tell you.
We're being realistic here. We're being realistic.
And you can put the sparkle in that wine too, and guess what? You sleep good.
Some of these kids ain't even finished their homework, and they having sex. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids ain't even finished their homework, and they in full-blown relationships. So it's disingenuous to pretend like these aren't real conversations to be had out here in reality. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I hate teeth. We have great toys.
Yeah.
What she say?
She's right. It's pretty popular if y'all don't know about it.
What the fuck?
I don't have it, but lots of women do.
What she say?
Adoration says, it ain't that deep, Quez. That's the point.
He said, y'all have great toys. That's what she said.
Yeah, I ain't never played with that, but she right. But I ain't never played with
I
that.
heard it takes your soul. I'm good on that.
Mama says rabbit. Okay, with that being said,
it's not a rabbit. I think us ladies know what it is.
She telling herself over here.
I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard about it.
I better not hear about you at no damn Diddy party.
Oh my gosh.
Freaky ass nigga, you a 69
she
guy.
She said toys, not a party.
Hey, you start seeing little rosebuds around your house. Them ain't candles.
He
you
knows about
it. Make sure
she
you
said,
pay
get y'all
attention.
aroused. Y'all thank me later. But it will take the carrot.
Oh my god. Hey.
So what are we talking about? We ain't talking about a damn thing, BJ. So
we finna watch Tyson.
Tyson, we got the ladies bout right now. It's the ladies right before Tyson. Look like it's pretty good. But at the same time, we have ran out of time. So, we want to talk about the last little 7 minutes. Who do y'all got? Because this boy Tyson has sit up there and slapped the dog spit out of this boy Jake Paul. Was it publicity?
Ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't see him slap him.
Yeah, that was last night.
That was last night.
Yeah, there's it. Listen, first of all, if a grown man comes out in some leopard print thongs, talking about he want to fight with some tennis shoes on, keep it moving, bruh.
That was coming. I knew
Something
that
wrong
was
with him. Keep it moving.
In his
they make all kind of boxer briefs, and they make shorts, and they make Speedos and elastic.
That's
all
for the weigh-in, man.
You
That's
could
for the
award
weigh-in.
for this type of engagement in front of thousands of people. You decided to put on the bikini draws. Something wrong with this man. So please,
it's for the weigh-in. It's traditional weigh-in attire.
He gonna tear him up. Tyson's hungry, and he gonna eat him up.
Weigh in my ass. You walking around with your dun-dun-duns on and some tennis shoes. Something wrong with this man. Even at 60 years old. Watch out.
I agree with Melvin.
Melvin says Tyson, but it's all a show. In the great words of Quez, it's a production.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. It's definitely WWE. Tyson is the king of it. You know what I'm saying? But still, that does not negate the fact that Tyson hit hard as hell. He is still a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Again, as the son of a man who is a professional boxer, I can tell you those bruises and cuts and whatever that they come home with, I guarantee it's 100% real. So whatever they got to do to promote or hype the show up, whatever, that's what they do. But them hits be real. They be real.
Yeah, they do.
No, hey, BJ, I did see an interview where Tyson was like, his feet is like you know what I'm saying, his weak spot. Like if you step on his foot, you might as well take him out. That does make sense. Thank you for that. I did see an interview before where he was talking about he had horrible feet.
He did. And BJ said they did a quick interview and the camera just showed his full booty. Yeah, because he was in his what you call it, the cup, the athletic trainer thing, and so he had then put on his shorts. Yet he turned around and asked things. I had to quickly turn back over here. Wasn't ready for that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm starting to think so too, Melvin. That's what I'm starting to think. Starting to think Tyson be walking around going to check his mail like that and shit. He was too comfortable with them Dimensionals and them tennis shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some clothes on, sir. The world is watching. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. Well, that concludes today's show. You know, we had a really good one. And I know it's fight night. So for those who are tuning in, who are watching us in between the undercards, whatever, I appreciate y'all. We weren't gonna miss it. We had to be here. Dang, old girl's face is bloody. Geez, her face is red. She's taking a beating. Tish said, "Hey, let that man live his life. He earned it." Laughing my ass up. It's very well true. Very well true. I don't know all about that though. Her
ain't nobody gonna tell him to go in the house.
That girl's fucked up. Oh, jeez.
No, I ain't gonna say nothing to him. I'm just saying, like, you know, I just want to turn around, but
that girl ain't got the sonic rings bit over. She bleeding.
Somebody can talk some sense to him, sir.
When he do his interviews, he had one interview and he just was like, he cussed them out, like for real. That white man got cussed out. I can't remember what interview.
I remember it was. He said, "Forget you, white boy. Forget you. You ain't man enough to take me. You ain't man enough to take me, white boy." I remember that one.
No, it was another one.
I ain't messing with him.
Years ago.
Well, he said some outlandish ish.
Yeah,
that's what I said. You know, we need a Saturday. You know, we need a. I don't know. It's up to the crew if they want to do an after party. You know what I'm saying? It's up to them. They don't want to hang out with me on Saturdays no more. They don't like me because I'm a real African. The question is just Nestle Crunch imitation.
That ain't what the numbers say, sir. But you know, go ahead.
You fudged up the numbers. You were red wave. You were red wave. All right, y'all.
Have a great night.
Up to the crew. The crew will let me know if they want to do it after party.
He said once a month. Like, yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, that's dope. I feel you. We'll do this. All right, y'all. Well, I got to get these wings in the air fryer, and hopefully I don't burn the rest of my tongue. But y'all, this has been real. Thank you for tuning in. Rebroadcasters, you can still comment, and we will still respond. It's been real. We love you. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you the next time.
All right, y'all.
Take care.
Peace out.
Bye.